It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll get to see the Eagles' athletic linebacker. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. It's the Eagles and the Bills. And it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock here on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skill guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because, well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got to use your years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Ball is teed up. It's their punter, Torrey Taylor, to do the honors. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Just knowing this...
Right to the air, it's Hurts. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
At the 28-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end. Throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hands, but it's tough to question when it produces results like that.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. A run here with Will Shipley. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he takes this all the way down to the 24-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bills' 23-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Escapes his grip, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
A 56-yard attempt.
Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Motioning him from the slot right. Here's 2nd and 5. That's the rookie from Texas hauling it in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
A gain of 7. 1st down, Buffalo.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Allen. That finds his man. It's Keon Coleman. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Trying to push this past the marker. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
Moving the ball very well out of the gate here. It's set up now at the 26. On 1st down, Allen dumped off to his running back. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Motioning him from the slot right. From the 23. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And it's 3rd down now. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he's going to run. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bills have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now for the 2nd time this game, we're going to look at the Philly offense. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. On 1st down, Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it gives to Shipley. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. And that's Gregory Rousseau who cleaned up that play. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Trying to get it with the option here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Call it 1 yard there. Tough sledding the last couple of runs. It's 4th and 2.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. Here comes the Bills offense for their 2nd drive of the game. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team. Or quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, you're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
To throw again, it's Allen. He's got Brown on the slant. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down. To the air again, Allen. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. So that brings up 2nd down. Man in motion here. Again, Allen to the air. Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab in bounds.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. The Bills with a punt team out there. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spot. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. First down throwing for Hurts. He gets it complete to Will Shipley. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. 2nd and 3 now. They'll send him over right. From the 20 on 2nd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bills are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Well, Brock, they could have gone run to set up 3rd and short, or they could air it out and try for more. They picked the latter, and the coverage was ready for it.
Sure was, Kate, and this is why I play in this position. You've got to have a short memory. You must flush it. I love the decision to be aggressive. I always fall on that side of the coin, but when you throw a pick in that situation, such a manageable 2nd down, well, you got to learn from it, move on, and certainly flush it away.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Blitz coming here. Allen. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for Keon Coleman that time. And that makes it 2nd and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win, too. Sometimes you can get to win-win. In that close, kicks have to be automatic. That won't stop the head coach, though, from holding his breath for a couple seconds until he sees it's up and good.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. They are coming off their 1st interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, Shipley gets it. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Hurts. To the sideline, catch secured. Wow, he made that one look easy for the 1st.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch and keeping those feet in bounds.
Well, Sean McDermott didn't like that call. We can tell. He's got the challenge flag out.
Is under review.
So what we're all looking for here, did he secure the catch and maintain it while also getting both feet down?
Yeah, this is why it's a perfect look. This is why teams scout body control and field awareness for these pass catchers. For moments like this, he did not have much margin for error, and it happens oh so fast.
So the challenge ends up successful. He, in fact, did not get both feet in. This is incomplete. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Big kick on that one, 62 yards. And the Bills will take over possession. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short? They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's tackled for a short gain. It's a gain of only 1 yard. That's going to leave him with a 4th and 2. And they will have to boot it away in a little bit. We've arrived at the end of our 1st quarter. It's a 2-score game early. We'll return to the link right after this. Torrey Taylor getting set to punt it once again. And this will be his second effort of the contest. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Eagles will take possession. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Miami.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's complete to Coleman on the slant. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Hurts now from the gun. That one's complete, right side. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Hurts to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Straight ahead with Shipley. Cuts it to the right sideline. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Hurts looking to throw. Pass is caught at the 9. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles start to fight back with their first points of this game. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for him.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. First down throw for Allen. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Has a man, it's Brown. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Option design here. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Allen on 3rd down. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Awareness. You've got to be aware. Play caller, quarterback, receiver have to be aware of where the sticks are. That route just not enough, not deep enough to extend the drive and move the chains.
Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts. Hits him on the out route. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that 1st down. Well done.
On 1st down, Hurts. Completed over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. On the give, here's Shipley. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he'll get it up to the 44.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
Hit some space around midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
And he can't hurt you with a return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. Now, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Here's a give up the middle. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
3rd and just 2 to go. Running it now out of the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Torrey Taylor on to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The Eagles and running back Will Shipley getting back to work. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Connecting on the slant. And this one doesn't go far. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Handoff now to Shipley. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Hurts setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He fields it cleanly. And he's brought down before the return gets far. We call that a 64-yard punt officially. And it'll be their football. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Drive starts with an option, right side. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense right there on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he loses the football. And the Eagles get to it.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Throwing now following the turnover. Complete out to the right side. And he takes it past midfield and starts the drive into Bills territory. The Bills getting close, and they take him down. They need some extra time to think over 3rd and long. We've got a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Kate, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player on that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Catch made by Shipley. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. Their punter making his way out now. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. The Bills set to take over offensively. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Back to the air, Allen. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there, it's knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. They'll run it from the gun. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They kick the running back in motion. Allen now on first down. That throw behind his intended target.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Second down, Allen throwing again. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Allen on third and short. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. We're looking to throw. He throws a bullet deep to the right. That's complete inside the 35. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Bills leading. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting Jaguars. The Texans trying to hold on and claim victory. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Jordan Love has thrown a touchdown pass. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Bills and quarterback Josh Allen ready to get back to work now on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 24. Has him on the quick hitter. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down on the effort by Quinion Mitchell. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Simple dive up the middle. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. ready to punt it. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. He's got it over the middle. And he's going to be down by contact, so now our attention turns to the flag on the play. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. First down throwing for Hurts. Caught quickly on the slant. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Complete out to the right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Shipley now up the middle. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Again, it's Shipley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. The Bills and this running back headed back out for a new series. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And it's going to be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Bills with a punt team out there. Fields this clean at the 30. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Connection made to Coleman. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 5. Catch made over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So second down coming up. Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still second down.
So things getting a bit tougher following that penalty. We've got 2nd and 15. Hurts throwing again. Completed over the middle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
On third down, it's Hurts. Complete to Coleman. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
For the second time today, they're going to run the kick team out for the field goal. Ball in the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
Here in the third quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Returning it from the 4. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The give now out of the shotgun. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
That's over the middle and caught by Coleman. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. Receiver in motion, headed right. On first down, Allen finds a man right side. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to throw now, Allen. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they make the tackle at the 38. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Bills first down. Allen gonna throw again. Complete over the middle. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
First down throw for Allen. That one's complete over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. To the air again, Allen. He'll get this one to Brown. And this is down all the way to the 3. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. To throw again, it's Allen. Rolling out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills make it a 9-point advantage. Josh Allen, the touchdown. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Bills make it a 10-point ball game. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He fields it from the 8. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Eagles about set to go on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the gun, a give to Shipley. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Complete beyond the marker. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. Catch made by Shipley. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
3rd and 6.
Hurts now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Second down now, 7 to go.
At the 26-yard line.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. He's contained at the line for no gain. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. No gain on the run, and we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the gun, Shipley gets it. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Oh, they're going to run the option to the short side. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Kate, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, to tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Starting from the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The offense getting set to go. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. Allen now on 1st down. Coleman with the grab. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills make it a 9-point advantage. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
3rd and long for him here. Hauled in left side. That's the 1st down, and he's still going. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Throwing here, Hurts. Working the sideline. Oh, he got it. Drug the feet. That's a catch.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Hurts throwing again. Catch is made in close. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, will tie this game in the fourth. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. The Bills and Keon Coleman running out to the field. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down after he ran through him up to the 43. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Allen setting up play action. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So now they have third and short. They'll run here from the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a third down run for a first down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Running back sent in motion. After the sack, another pass on second down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it inside the 10. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. 2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. To the air again. Allen. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bills make it a 10-point ball game. Taylor has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Returning it from the 4. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And we've seen some matching touchdowns as of late, so the scoring coming at a good clip, Brock. Let's see if they can keep this up.
You know what's fun, Kate? After all of these years, I have friends that are offensive guys, friends that are defensive guys.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference, they pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, well, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort, getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. From the pistol, Hurts. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's cut beyond the marker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the Bills' 47-yard line.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Hurts now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That one goes for 25 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
1st down throwing for Hurts. Connection made to Coleman. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Straight ahead with Shipley. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Offense up to the line fast. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles making a 4-point game here in the 4th. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
And he connects there, so now another kick from him. A field goal to tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Has this at the 6. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. They kick the running back in motion. From the 32. Completed to his running back. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Bills holding on to a field goal lead. They'll run here on first down. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Now just 4 seconds after our 2-minute warning, we've got another pause. Timeout taken by the defense. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Back to the well again. And he's brought down for a loss. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And that will not be enough for a first down. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. They'll send out the punting unit. This one's headed for the sideline and out. We'll get the mark. They say it's at the 9 where it crossed. The home team's ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. And the Bills make the play that should win them this game.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Now this offense ready to head back out. They run out still in possession of a 3-point lead thanks to the efforts of their defense, Bronk, and now a chance to run out this clock.
And you do not want to put your defense back on the field in a tough position and needing another stand to end it. You take control of it. You make sure that defense is rested and celebrating, and hopefully you can pull out that victory formation.
Still set up at the 9. It's 2nd and goal. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Give him a few that time, but they'll need twice that to find the end zone here on 3rd and goal. He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bills fight their way to a win on the road. And they face the daunting task of taking on the defending champs at home, but wasn't too much of a challenge for them as they leave here with a win. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Philadelphia.